Hello, Expand Dog. How you doing, dude?
Go off. We got Junior Bacon Sneed Burger for $20.
Let's go!
As a take on some things, the Mr. Beast homo really thought that guy had a story to tell. I think it's indicative of what Zoomers think workplace abuse is. Keem is a homo. DSP is a king, and he will outlive Mr. Beast. DSP will outlive every single one of us. It doesn't matter your age. You could be 20, you could be 15, you could be a newborn child watching this show. And Dark Side Phil will outlive you. Dark Side Phil will outlast the heat death of the universe. The final sounds that will ever be heard, but couldn't they really be heard if they can't be observed by anybody else, will be Phil snorting and going ack, ack, ack into a stream somewhere that no one else is watching. That's the reality. Dark Side Phil will outlive them all because he's not just a king. He's a Kino god. Okay. Then we've got JB the Behemoth there for $7.76. And on the sixth day, God said, oh, God himself established Phil's schedule. Do you understand? Darkside Phil models his schedule after the King of Kings and Lord of Lords. Darkside Phil, much like the Lord, creates his Kino in 6 days and then rests upon the 7th day. Darkside Phil has a biblical schedule. Much like the ancient Israelites who rested upon the Sabbath, Phil has only but 1 day of rest. And he has to get groceries on that day of rest. He has to pay bills on that day of rest. He has to go to doctor's appointments and dentist appointments on his day of rest. So somebody should show Phil. You all need to start showing Phil a little bit more fucking respect, dude. JB the Behemoth says, I sent both of you guys something on Twitter. Yes, it's part of the show today. It's 2009 DSP's friend request ridicule. The king shits on people who leave him messages and invites on Xbox. It's pretty hilarious. We're going to watch it. It better be good because I didn't screen it beforehand.
Uh-oh.
Rachel Slurs for 5. May as well write unsure on PPP's mic. Never know when you're going to hear him. Well, I got to move back and forth on the X and Y axis, much like Darkside Phil. Like, I am only imitating. You know, they say they say imitation's the best form of flattery, right? We need to imitate Phil. In all things, we should aim to be as Phil-like as possible.
Aim.
Because he's a supreme leader and a king. A king. Okay, let's just get down to brass tacks about
What a name.
the detractors.
The detractors.
Their total meltdown over Phil coming on the show is purely due to their daddy giving someone else attention. It's like Ralph Spurging whenever Medicare goes on someone's show. That's the thing. The detractors are Phil's actual biggest fans.
Yeah.
They spend every waking moment of their lives either watching Phil or thinking about Phil.
Yep.
He lives rent-free in their mind. They think about Phil more than they think about Jesus Christ. And Phil holds the keys. Phil holds the keys to either their salvation or their damnation. And Phil is about to send them all to hell. Woo! The king took their head.
And we need you
left
all.
them humbled and dead.
You seriously,
All
everyone.
hail.
Please clear your schedules for Sunday. We need everyone to be there. We need everyone retweeting. We need to have Phil's show better have 3K watching.
And
That's all I'm
Phil
saying.
better make at least $1,000 in tips
Two.
alone. Another $2 or $3 grand in super chats.
Yeah.
And if not, you've embarrassed
And then right after that, we're setting up the Medicare
the
interview.
Medicare interview,
Yeah.
everybody. The
yeah.
trilogy of Phil the Thrill.
Holy shit.
King Phildo.
We have
Don't you know
show
the
prep and-
foundational purpose of the show there? Over promise and under deliver as always. That's the Kino Casino motto.
No.
Ethan Ralph's wonky eye for 10 says this is my favorite DSP clip of all time.
Hell yeah.
Thanks guys. 07 to the king. So I'm gonna stash that away.
07's in chat.
Oh, it's the banana song. Should we play this?
The banana song. Is it
I'm
put
gonna play
a banana in your ear? Is it that song?
No, it's even better. This
Okay.
is the best. Like, this is honestly some of the most beautiful music you'll ever see performed a cappella by a human being.
Okay.
He ought to be the lead song leader in the Mormon Tabernacle Choir. When you hear this performance from Darkside Phil, it should bring a tear to your eye.
Okay.
It should stir the heart and stir the soul. There should be an outpouring of passion. Here it comes.
All right, here we go.
Banana, tasty banana, put banana in my mouth, squeeze the peel, it comes in, then
Let's hear that again.
Bring it up, Phil Dub.
I need banana, tasty banana, put banana in my mouth, squeeze the peel, it comes in, then
Kingsville, everybody.
That's hilarious.
People in chat are saying it was like an angelic choir singing.
Count at the banana.
Cherubim and seraphim falling down before thee, who wert and art and evermore shall be King Phil.
Thoughts? All right. Okay. Speaking of our friend King, you know, we're servants of
We're servants of the king.
servants of the King. We glazed some
Hello,
videos.
Jew.
Hello, Jim.
So Kane asks, what's the PayPal link? Well, you got to go to Phil to donate via PayPal.
Banana.
Let's get some subs. Nose Goblin, 1, 2, 3 for 3 subs.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Banana. All right, where's the Josh Moon shit? Is it here?
It is. It's in the
Oh, it's right
DSP
here. Sorry.
folder, yes.
All right.
Here
Guys,
it is. This is Josh
By the
just
way-
laying the felt down on the detractor.
it's a look. It's not just us who are like, these guys are retarded. It's not just us. It's like everyone. It's like even the detractors are DMing me like, I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry. No, they're DMing me. People like the actual, and they're like, I'm a detractor. I'm pulling out. I'm not a detractor anymore. This is embarrassing. I'm sorry.
Let's go.
There are like 3 DMs at least about that, like saying the same
My own
shit.
chat says they were a casual detractor, but they've become a bit too unhinged lately.
Yep.
It's over, detractors. Every day your forces diminish.
Yeah.
Every day you become weaker and weaker and weaker. And King Phil's forces, the forces of righteousness that are encamped among the hills of light, grow stronger and stronger and stronger. The forces of righteousness are against you, and they will not avail you. You will be defeated upon the plains of Philmageddon, and the DENTractors will be cast out into outer darkness with weeping and gnashing of teeth for all time, you smelly bums.
Well, there
Josh
will be.
Moon will flush you from the earth there. There'll be a great flood that kills all of the DENTractors. And then there'll be a glorious rainbow of love and content that surrounds Phil for all the rest of his days. Darkside Phil we can liken to Job, who was God's most faithful and worthwhile servant. But Tevin and duty came before God and said, we must test Phil. If we taketh away from Phil, if we make Phil bankrupt, if we give Phil gout, then Phil surely will curse your name, Father. But Phil persevered. Phil stood on business, stood on righteousness, and now Phil will get twice the Hogan polls that he ever got before. Phil will receive twice the super chats and twice the viewers he ever had at his peak. He'll receive twice as many wives and children, and he'll be happy all the days of his life. And the DENTractors will live in eternal seethe.
Hell yeah. Unless if you want forgiveness, you have to bow down to the king.
Bow down
and
to
apologize.
The king.
One
Pray
page
for his forgiveness.
1 page, 10 font apology letter written on Microsoft Word or text, a text document, and sent out. Okay, all right, let's watch this. Josh Moon. It has, and here it is. Here it is. He's making.
Better be APA formatted.
Yeah. All right, let me just refresh this. What the hell's happening? Wake up.
I want North Korea style apology videos. I want there to be tears, ugly crying, weeping. You need to gnash your teeth. You need to drool all over yourself and just really express to the king how sorry you are for doubting his grandeur and glory. All right, here we go. Here comes Josh.
I thought what was being said about the average DSP here was hyperbole, but I went to the board to see talk about the KC stream, and I've been seething like I've never read before. Entertaining. Oh, I've seen seething like I've never read before.
So, by the way,
that
it's
was
not
a
just us.
great read, Josh.
Just, trips over his. No, but so it's not just us or Josh Moon. The random people on the Kiwi Farms are like seeing them and going, "This is bad."
These DENTractors live in a delusional alternate reality. It's called Copesville. They live in an alternate reality for the hopeless. They all pretend that like the sky is green, that Phil is an alien, that he's not a king, when in fact he's a very smart, intelligent, regal person that's highly entertaining.
Yeah.
And because of this, everybody else can see, they're like, why are you saying the sky is green? Why are you saying this insane stuff? Why are you saying 2 + 2 = 5? It equals 4, unless Phil says it equals 5, and then it's whatever Phil says. Why are you acting like this? And it's everybody else is like, you guys are insane. And it's been revealed.
It's actually like for real.
The emperor has no clothes. Duty has no clothes. And he's being flushed down the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I don't know. I don't know how to communicate with them either. They're so defensive. It's impenetrable. Like I always need like a mod and like other people to help interact with them because sometimes it gets bad and I step in there and I'm like, bro, this is fucked up. This is not in line with the rest of the forum. This is over the top. There's no reason for this.
When Josh Moon, the owner and proprietor of the Kiwi Farms, which allows doxing, every form of free speech, every form of ridicule, every form of satire under the sun, goes, yeah, this is out of line. This is out of order. This is strange and unusual. You know you are a strange, unusual, smelly, basement-dwelling virgin bum who needs to go outside and touch grass. Josh Moon goes, I don't even comprehend this autism. Josh Moon has dedicated his life to understanding autism, much like how some people dedicate their lives to medicine or the law or the Bible. Josh has dedicated his life to autism and understanding the internet. And Josh is befuddled. He's bemused looking at you. He could understand trans people. He could understand furries. He could understand, like, you know what I mean? He can understand like these sick fucking lolicon freaks, but he just can't grasp the mental illness of the detractors. It's beyond him.
It's beyond shit. They go after.
He understands Chris Chen.
You know, it's
For me,
over,
they start-
detractors. It's over.
Splinter forums, and it's just like he's not that entertaining. He's just some fucking guy, and it's like I don't give a fuck.
He's a guy.
He's just a normal guy.
Yeah.
He's an everyday average person. But Josh is going to explain, and he's going to hit the nail right on the head about exactly what these seething, basement-dwelling, virgin, incel, freak bums are all about.
Yeah.
What motivates them to be so dysgenic, disgusting, and unhinged. Josh is gonna nail it right here.
Swindling his audience for fucking gotcha game money. Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck?
Like, he's like,
exactly.
donations.
Now to Josh's take, King Josh with a regal and royal take. A pronouncement from the throne of the proprietor of the Kiwi Farms. Kings recognize kings. Who gives a fuck? Who cares? What if he was spending it on vacations? What if he was spending it on a Mercedes Benz? Would you? It's his money that other idiots gave him.
It's not even idiot. People donate to everyone.
Yes.
There's no idiots in this. If you donate to people, that's what you do. They call them idiots,
Yes.
but it's not even true.
They are not.
Maybe in
paid,
2012.
They are paid chads.
Maybe
damn
in
it.
2012. Maybe in 2012. You could be like, remember the fucking, we were watching A Different Time yesterday. Okay? Like, can you believe he's getting donations?
Listen.
Everyone does.
These are broke
Everyone.
bums. These are broke bums with no hustle, and they blame it on the fill. Okay? They blame it on the fill. But it's their own fault for having no hustle, having no industriousness behind them. That they're jealous of His Majesty's gacha game collection that certainly doesn't even exist. They're jealous about a hypothetical thing that doesn't even exist because Phil hasn't ever spent any money on WWE champions.
Yeah.
But if he did, it was fucking based. It's that simple.
By the way,
but some people just can't get down with the cause.
I don't even know if it's DENTractors anymore. I'd call them more broke tractors.
I'd call them poor.
Broke.
And of all the people, it's like
Smells
it's like
broke.
Brokey.
they're upset.
Somebody
Honestly,
has to serve the French fries, you idiot. Somebody has to sweep the floors, you idiots. And it certainly won't be Dark Side Phil.
Sheesh.
my true interpretation. I'm not joking. I'm not trying to be vindictive.
By the way, one guy will give Phil $10, right? And the DENTractors go, they gave him $10. If you're reacting like that to $10, it means you're poor. It means you're a poor person.
Petty
You
when I
should
say
be
this.
donating $100 to
You know what I
Phil.
mean?
I honestly believe that the majority of the people who get angry at DSP are people who work 9 to 5s. They work very hard. Sure, it's difficult to
Preach,
get-
brother Josh. Preach.
no.
Preach the gospel, Josh.
DENTractors.
Preach it, brother Josh.
It's
All it is wages. Upset there in the KG. Well, Dark Side Phil, Chad that he is, feasts on DoorDash delectable meals and plays video games for a living. But if you were as good at Street Fighter as Phil, you could do it too. But you could never beat his Blanca, bitch.
buy
Those
these
are
days,
just the
especially
facts.
in the US, and they look at Darkside Phil sit on his fat fucking ass and play video games and get handouts from his audience day after day while pleading poverty and doing very well for himself regardless, and they get jealous of that. Like, how is it fair that this man-child gets to play games for a living and I have to work? And I...
It's not fair! It's not fair! Well, here I have to break it to you. Life's not fair, bitches.
Did you see these
Life's not fair. We live in a free market where people are free to support the businesses they want to support with their money.
however much money and whatever they want to do.
Whenever they choose. We don't live in a communist society like these DENTractors want us to live in. We believe in equality of opportunity, not equality of outcome. Darkside, all of you have the opportunity to fire up a stream and play video games like Phil, but you just don't have the talent or the desire or the charisma to hack it like King Phil does. And that's why Darkside Phil makes the big bucks, bitches.
I can understand that, but at the same time, it's like it is a jealousy, and it manifests as anger, and it's not the same as enjoying somebody's content,
This is
for
so
reasons of.
Kino of Josh. It's the best shit ever.
It's like dissecting it in a way.
Yes.
Like,
I love you,
They don't
Josh.
have-
oh, it's
Good job,
so
Josh.
good.
I'm taking Josh to Jamaica because of this. Me and Josh, we're going to Jamaica. We're going to walk the beach together, smoking pot, drinking rum, partying. It's going to be wild, Josh. We're going to Jamaica, buddy, with Darkside Phil.
It's
You
time.
better believe it. The crossover of the lifetime. The 4 kings, the 4 horsemen in Jamaica. Darkside Phil, PPP, Andy, Warski, and Josh. All in Jamaica. Except Andy will be sober. The rest of us won't.
I know I'm not gonna be drinking. But by the way, we gotta start the hashtag and make it viral. Hashtag delete the thread.
Delete
Folks,
the thread.
delete the
Oh,
thread.
That's the worst way to make it happen.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Hashtag
I'm just
keep
kidding.
the thread up. Keep the thread up,
Keep
Josh.
it up.
Now it'll be deleted.
Delete the thread.
Just,
And it's
just
just-
clowning, Josh.
We're just fucking. We're just
Love you,
fucking.
buddy.
It's so frustrating dealing with them because they're just not copacetic with the rest of the site. They're on a different wavelength. But it's the DSP
not
board.
They don't fit
With
anywhere.
the rest
They
of
don't
the
fit
Kiwi
anywhere.
farmers. They don't fit in with the rest of the Kiwi farmers. When the Kiwi farmers look down their nose, like, these are the smelly, nerdy kids.
Yeah, you're the
These
nerds.
guys- the other Kiwi farmers go, geez, these guys are sure terminally online. You peed in their cornflakes. Things have gotten really bad in your community. It's not good there.
You guys are the nerds of Kiwi Farms.
You're literally the lowest of the low on Kiwi Farms. You're below furries. The high society of the Kiwi farmers look down upon the peasant class of DSPA logs. It was meant to be a fine aristocracy of land-owning bovine farmers who raised the finest cattle, the finest livestock to be milked for amusement and giggles. But instead, they were beset with these dirty cow-tipping peasant bums, these low impulse control idiots who are unable to think ahead, unable to delay their gratification, and instead slaughter the cow instead of nurturing them. May they be cast out. May they be exiled. May we have total detractor death. TDD.
TDD.
Do you want total detractor death?
Get him!
Screamed
Get
Google,
him!
and the people yelled, "Yah!
Yeah!
Yah!"
TDD. This rules.
He is a
Somewhere
locale. He doesn't
duties
care.
seething.
No, someone for that one guy like 5 days ago. He's like, I'm starting a war with the casino. It's like, we're starting a war with the casino. How did that go, bud?
Occasionally do
Somebody
stuff that
goes,
makes me laugh.
Hank Reardon goes, don't attack the farms for DSP as well. It's so stupid. You idiot. This is the owner of the Kiwi
not-
Farms we're listening to.
We're not attacking.
Felting the morons on his own website who don't fit in with the site culture, who don't fit in with the kingly class of Kiwi farmers, the aristocrats that inhabit the rest of the site.
Exactly.
These are low down, dirty bums, and Josh is calling them out for what they are. Jealous, seething brokies.
Laugh out loud. It's infrequent, and it doesn't. It makes me laugh out. But it's the DSP board, and he is a locale. He does occasionally do stuff that makes me laugh out loud. It's infrequent, and it doesn't ever justify the anger levied against him and people who
Exactly.
talk to him.
Yes. You
It
could laugh.
never justifies the anger, the hatred. Phil doesn't even care if you laugh at him, make fun of him. He's a good sport. He's a benevolent and merciful king.
He's a king, yeah.
who allows the denizens of the realm to laugh and scoff and mock in their cups of wine. But when you see that the king, when you attempt to assassinate the king, then the king shall smite thee with a royal feltoning from on high.
I just wish they'd just lighten the fuck up. And it's so
I know. Like,
Lighten the fuck up.
You know, there's people taking like this rant I'm doing really, really seriously, and they're just like really upset. And I just don't know how they could be, you know? Oh, fuck, man.
no telling, by the way, that there is very little crossover. They're on their own little world, and when the rest of the site interacts with the DSP,
world. They're in their own little world within the own little world of Kiwi Farms. Like Kiwi Farms is its own thing, very unique with its unique culture. Let's say that, but these folks don't fit in. They need to be purged. There needs to be a cleansing, so to speak. We need a final solution to the DENTractor problem. And I think using that sort of rhetoric will appeal to the Overlord, will appeal to Josh Moon's sensibilities. And he might send them away to a wonderful place where there'll be ponies and rainbows over in Retardtopia. Exile them!
This is we gotta start asking the DQ question.
We need to start asking
DQ?
DQ. What is the final solution to DQ?
board, they get angry because there's like a culture clash, and it doesn't exist anywhere else on the site where it's like people get upset.
Hello, DENTractor.
Somebody goes, send them to the special education classroom.
About this like crossover. Usually when there's attention given to somebody, like if you have a small thread and the OP is very invested and post updates, and then I feature one of their posts, they're so excited. They're responding to people asking questions. They're clipping.
Gradually, Josh began to hate the DENTractors. Gradually, Josh began to hate them. Their seething, their manipulation, their anger, their gay ops. They're embarrassing the forum as the whole.
Yeah.
They're committing crimes. Gradually, Josh began to hate them.
He's like, you guys don't get my struggle fucking running this website.
The detractor is immunized against all dangers. One may call him a scoundrel, parasite, swindler, profiteer. It all runs off him like water off a raincoat. But call him what he really is, a brokey. See how he recoils. He retracts in horror. He's been found out. A broke dick bum.
Spurgile.
Their favorite moments and sharing them, and there's like this sort of exchange that happens that's very productive and funny and cool and interesting and worth talking about. And then with the DSP people, it's always eye rolling, like people are angry, and then people are angry at people getting angry, and then people are go off onto a tangent for 3 pages, and it's just like, it's so bitter and not fun, and I just don't fucking get it. I don't even try to understand it anymore. I just ignore it.
He's like, I don't even try.
Oh, it's stabbing Josh. Josh doesn't even try to understand anymore. And mind you, he's still trying to understand Baldo as of today. When Josh Moon gives up on trying to understand you, it's over, dude.
Bro.
It's legit cooked.
But
right?
the fucking like some of like their points against Phil, I don't even get. They're like, he wasn't donated the computer. He bought it himself. And I'm like, okay.
Who the fuck cares? Josh's delivery on that was really, really, I gotta give him props.
Yeah, that was really
I gotta
good.
give him props.